Sir, what was your general response to being asked to interview Mr. Kilgore?
Well, to be honest, I actually had no idea they hired me until like a week ago. And then I had to research this guy. I'm like, who the hell is he? It's like, does this guy even know how to develop a game? But I guess it was really the criteria of what I was looking for, to be fair. So, yeah. I will say, though, that looking at his past, I'm surprised this boy is still alive. Committed 32 separate war crimes, all in Xbox Game Chat, which and you look old enough to understand that, to be honest. So you can probably just ignore that remark. But yeah, he's pretty infamous. So the fact that I was hired to, well, interview him, yeah, I'd say I'm very shocked and very thankful for the opportunity to uproot some mysteries that I don't really had any idea about in the first place. Oh, that must be him actually. So, well, wish me luck. And if I turn up dead after the interview, well, now you know why.
Well, as previously requested, I've made that there's no video recording whatsoever, so if you could please take your seat, we can get this started accordingly. Would you like some lemonade?
Oh yeah, sure, of course, yeah.
Of course.
Thank you very
You
much.
sit down. Oh, see, I already knew you were going to say that, so I had to pre-prepare.
Super light, super light.
I know, of course. I like to take care of my hosts to the most exquisite extent. Cheers.
I see.
Of course, no video recordings, just audio. Oh, one more thing. Do I have your express permission to use the audio recording from this interview? Don't worry about that. That's not video. That's purely audio.
Is it?
Purely
Oh,
audio. See, it's the weird iPhone thing. I don't understand.
I see.
Well, again, I do want to thank you very much for coming here today and for your time.
Mm-hmm.
And, well, let us begin then. All right. So how long have you lived here in the Raleigh area?
I want to say, first of all, it's a pleasure to be here.
I know, it's very nice. We just got a renovation, actually.
It's 9 years.
9 years.
Yeah, I've been here for a while. Yeah.
9 years.
Yeah.
A lovely time frame.
Yeah, lots of stuff have happened.
Mm-hmm. How long would you say, given that time frame of being here, have you been a part of the AAA game consumer community?
Oh, forever.
Forever?
Since I was maybe 5, 6.
Since you were 5 or 6?
Minecraft. Yeah,
even 12 years then. Dear
Yeah.
God, it's
been a long time.
Yeah, it's still so good today. Now, given the questions that we're about to ask, would you say that you are well versed in the comings and goings of the community?
Yes, I would say so. Yes.
Very much so.
Yeah. I've been part of it for years now.
Yes, see, 12 years is a very lofty amount of time.
It is. I've seen
Very
it go.
lofty.
Yeah.
Of course. Now, as a consumer, this is the big question that we're going to be basing everything else off of.
Okay.
Have you noticed the general decline in AAA games in terms of both quality, release quality, and overall sales within the past 5-ish or so years? We can extend that to maybe a decade, perhaps.
Yes. Yeah. Oh God, I have noticed.
Of course.
I've noticed.
Given your repertoire, I wouldn't assume that you would.
Really?
Now, as a consumer, have you purchased any AAA games, let's just say like on release, or like maybe a week into the release of the AAA games, within the past 5 years or so? If so, which ones?
I purchased Cyberpunk 2077.
I'm so sorry. It's so good now, but oh my God.
I purchased COD.
Which one? Should I just say the second remake for that?
Yes.
Of course.
Still can't fix the hackers.
No, they never will. So would that be?
Hold on, let me think here. It's been a long time.
I know, of course, 12 years.
Yes, it's been a while. What was the last game I purchased that was unplayable? What's going on?
You're like, tell me what games you.
Oh yes, oh
Triple A
yes,
games
yes,
you-
yes.
Oh,
Sorry, I
it
got
must be-
lost.
it must be
in the past.
lemonade. Let me,
Oh, yes.
let me give some more
Did
lemonade.
you put it in here?
Not drugs.
Sorry.
Let me give you some more lemonade.
Nah, I'm good. I'm good.
Then for myself then.
Oh, thank you.
That's my. Of course. Now, next up. So, any Assassin's Creed games? You know, Ubisoft are very.
Ooh, yes. I bought Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
How was that? I've never played that.
It is a what I like to call a space with nothing in it. It is an empty game.
Mm-hmm.
It is too big. Oh,
Alexa,
my God.
timer off. I'm so sorry. It's an appointment I had years ago with the laundry. It was terrible.
Yes, but it was an awful game.
Maybe pass that, please.
It was an awful game. Yes, go ahead. Cheers.
Oh, it's quite strong.
Yes,
Oh,
You sure this is one? You know.
I hope that is the one that was laced.
Yes, Assassin's Creed.
Oh yes, of course.
I've played every single one of them.
No.
Unity.
They're all so good. I mean, Unity is good now.
It's-
On release,
It was awful.
Oh,
I
dear.
got it. It was awful.
Yeah, I see
It was
what you-
unplayable. Those are the games I can think of right now.
Well, would you say there are any games, given the same criteria, that were good on release?
Red Dead Redemption. When that first came out, it was fantastic. I love that game.
The second or the
Breath
first?
of the Wild.
Breath of the-
Second.
Of course.
That was no bugs, so I love that. No
Mhm.
glitches. I mean, there was some glitches, but those were exploits.
They were very fun, to be honest.
Yes.
I like the other games.
Monster Hunter, when those came out, I don't
cool.
remember no bugs in
I
those either.
remember. They were missing content though.
There
with,
were missing
Rise.
content, yes,
With
yes.
Rise, I believe. World was fine, I think.
But those are the games I can think of off the top of my head. Most of the Pokemon games don't have any bugs either. Well, the
Quality, of course, but
Yeah.
bug-wise, they are somewhat fine. Yes. Now, getting onto the AAA games, why
Alright.
do you think you purchased these games to begin with?
when
And-
did I purchase? No.
I'm sorry, let me rephrase. Why do you think you purchased these games that we have just previously talked about? And do you believe that any of them were worth this at all? Let's say nowadays, what they were.
To answer your first question, I am I have a crippling illness to buying games and playing games. It's a chronic disease, honestly. It's called the gaming disease. You've heard of that?
Oh, I understand that. Dave
Yeah.
says hi, by the way.
Hi, Dave.
Yeah, I know. He wanted to check and see how you were doing.
Fantastic. It's been a minute. Thanks, Dave. But yes, I just love games, and I grew up on them. They're my escape.
Would you say that marketing had any part to do it with?
Marketing? Yes. Yes.
I don't know. That Cyberpunk is a very
I
big
mean, how do
marketing
you how do you get somebody hyped if not for marketing, right?
Exactly.
Trailers, toys, purchases, just all of that. You know.
And then they disappoint with the release. Quite sad.
Yeah.
Well, now that we've addressed that, though, it's definitely an issue. Why do you think that AAA games have declined in the previous repertoire of both? For the audio recording.
Closer.
For the audio recording, of course.
Any closer? Oh,
To get closer to lemonade. Why do you think that AAA games have declined in both sales and now reputation within the past 5 years or so? The why?
I think there's a lack of, I don't want to say resources. I think there's a lack of just creativity and initiative. I think they just throw a bunch of things together and just release it and hope the fans, the crowd will buy it, not knowing, or I guess not expecting them to, say anything back. We can see this in the way the last couple Pokemon games were handled. It was not fantastic in my personal opinion. No. I said the last ones. I didn't say the new ones. The last ones.
Absolutely. My bad. I apologize.
Yeah, you should.
I apologize all the time.
But yeah, I think it's just, especially like when you look at COD, especially COD. Every year they release a new one with bugs and glitches and with missing content, and it's really annoying. And they keep raising the prices of these games.
It's quite a terrible dilemma.
Yes, it is. Quite terrible. It does, yeah.
That is strong.
Does that answer your question?
Yes, it does. And then to the next one. Why do you think that this problem is only like a local? Not just say like only in the U.S. It was worldwide.
No.
So it's worldwide, you would say.
Yes, 100%. I mean, we're all so connected now that I think any issue when it comes to just gaming in general is just worldwide. Yes.
Especially with the influx of online games.
Yeah. I mean, most consoles are beginning to switch to online.
Most of the newer ones that are coming out are quite lacking, I would say. It's like the old bloods are the ones we have left to turn to. Like, for lack of a real better example, Fortnite.
Yeah. I also think companies are getting a bit too cocky. I mean, look at Unity. They try to like move all their trying to make these game devs pay per installation and deletion and installation. How often do you delete your games and reinstall it?
It depends if the game's good or not. So usually, if I play it once, I'm able to have my fun, and then I go back to complete it again.
What about if your friends were like, "Hey, let's hop back on this game"?
No, absolutely. It's like we're going to play.
Are they?
Exactly.
You charge the game devs for that.
Exactly. Which is, it's. I actually heard recently that he was removed from being the head of the CEO.
Oh, really?
Yes, he's no longer the CEO of Unity after that.
Good.
Yeah, good.
Justice is served.
Indeed, cold as a nice slice of ham.
Aye.
Yes. Now, do you think that other communities are affected by this problem? Maybe in the gaming sphere in general, or maybe not?
I think this is mostly affected in the gaming space. I mean, unless if the community ties to somewhat gaming, but I don't think it's a. I think it's mostly in the gaming community.
Fair enough. Now, what do you think that other members of the community or local leaders of the community would say about this problem? Would they agree with you, maybe disagree, or maybe would they have something different to say?
I think they would strongly agree with me. I think this issue is debated all the time online. I think you can clearly see the outcome and the effects just all around you. I mean, just look at the most recent releases. They're either really buggy and they fix them in the future, but that should not be the standard. A buggy game should not be impressive. It should be done, great, fantastic, finished product, released. That's it. It shouldn't be,
It was like a saying I heard recently that all games nowadays are coming out in early access.
Yes, that shouldn't happen. That should not be the standard.
Exactly. I mean, if a game is going to be in early access and it says it's in early access, fair play. You're giving us the warning.
Right.
You're giving us it will get better later. But that's just not what AAA gaming is doing nowadays.
No, especially with these multi-billion-dollar companies, you're not making these types of games.
The only real one that I can recall that did that recently was Baldur's Gate 3, and that actually fantastic game. I bet it's one of the most phenomenal games that's ever. And
I'd kill my mom to play that game again.
I would honestly slaughter my dog like a spit.
Yes.
But Carlac though, 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
Shadowheart, 9 out of 10.
8 out of 10.
To each their own. We can discuss this later. Now, do you to the solutions that are proposed by the community? One solution given is that for companies to distance themselves from going public. And for instance, it's a common argument that companies nowadays are forced to rush because of people in like the stock industry making them. Sorry, that lemonade's bloody strong.
Yeah.
Oh Lord, they're making them get to a deadline, perhaps maybe, let's say end of a quarter year or something, and they're trying to get that because they want as much money as possible from the release. They've seen the hype. They maybe can forecast that if it goes any more, they're going to get less money, and they want to be out immediately so they get more money that way.
Yes, I think I don't think all the blame should be put on the companies necessarily, because I do understand that there are people that push out the games when the companies are not ready. Example, Cyberpunk. Right, again, back to that. They said they weren't ready, but we kept saying, please release it. And then they released it, and then guess what? It was a buggy mess. So I think we also have to take responsibility for that. I think games that are especially these type of big AAA games, I think we should give them time. I don't think it should take forever, GTA 6, but I think we should definitely give them time. So yeah, I do think that there are things we could do to definitely ease the release as well as improve, overall.
Maybe it's like not temper expectations, but understand that maybe that we just have to let them wait. to be fair, a counterpoint that was also mentioned is that just for game developers to not give a definitive release date, just say it's coming out sometime, and
There you go. Yeah.
I
And
think
if you need to push it back,
Cyberpunk did do that. I think. I thought they did.
They did that a couple of times, but after the
The
third time, they had to release it.
Yes.
So, yes.
Very sad how that turned out.
Well, now it's fantastic though.
No, obviously.
I just bought the expansion now.
Oh God, how
Phantom
is that?
Liberty, it's fantastic. I love it.
Good. I need to play that. Idris Elba is a fantastic looking man.
Super hot too. Yeah.
I was like, dear God, I'm not gay, but $20 is $20.
Fair enough.
Now, another solution is just for consumers to just straight up stop buying any AAA games until they improve.
I am doing that right now when it comes to Pokemon games. I refuse to buy one until I see peak.
Again.
No, peak. I'm talking give the Pokemon franchise GT to Rockstar and see what they do with it. That's what I want. I want to fight.
I mean, not
I want to
Rockstar.
box Pikachu. I want to throw hands with Pikachu.
I honestly, that would be kind of hilarious. Though I don't think we should give that to Rockstar.
It might take 1,000 years to make it.
Obviously.
GT6.
And then they would make it an RD2 online situation where it's just dead.
Very dead. So did you put your mouth on that?
Don't worry, I'm multi-folding it. Now, any more comment on that specific question before we can move on?
No, I think we're right. Next question.
All right. Now, we've talked a lot about solutions that the community has given for these problems.
Right.
What solutions do you think could potentially solve the problems given by this Thailand?
I think, as a community, I think we have the power to definitely influence things, and I think that with that, I think we need to choose what type of expectations we have with these companies. I think we need to pick and select either. I think we either temper our excitement and stuff like that for games, because again, these things take time to make these. It takes time, so we need to be patient. First of all, we need to tell the companies that we're expecting this. You gave us this, you gave us that, so we expect a great game. We expect a finished product. We're paying $70, $60 for a game. That's a lot of money. So, my solution is definitely, I think we need to boycott some games. First of all, I know that sounds crazy, but you are a multi-billion-dollar company with thousands of employees. I'm sure you can get something out. If you're an indie company, that's understandable. That takes time. I get that. It's a very small party, but with these companies, I think we definitely should let them know that we as consumers, we have lives, and yeah. So I think we should give them a. What are you looking for? Sorry, what was that? You seem very.
No, I'm listening. I just wonder where the cap to this went.
Oh no, I don't know where it is.
Anyway,
Over there.
of course, damn it. You were saying?
I think we should lower the prices for some games, especially if these games come out broken and they see that it is not a finished product.
Or a refund policy.
Lower the prices, refund policy, exactly. As well as, yeah, I think that's what currently I'm looking at right now.
All right. My final question.
Like you said earlier, they have people to meet up to. They have stocks. They have buyers, sellers, consumers. So they need to make sure that they actually make some revenue off their game. So they can't fully lower it, but they can definitely decrease the price.
I just have one more question for you, and then we can conclude this interview, of course.
Of course, pleasure.
This is the big one.
All right.
Do you think that given indie games now prestige, they could become the next AAA games of the industry, for example? Take Sea of Stars, phenomenal JRPG. Many other games, Signalis, Stray, Cult of the Lamb, Dead Cells even. Very recent games that have released. There are so many more. Undertale, Hollow Knight, for example. Phenomenal, bloody indie games, right? And do you think that those could become the big prestige when it comes to gaming in general? Could they become the next AAA games?
Yeah, I certainly think that. I mean, these indie games are more finished than any polished AAA games, which is hilarious, by the way. I mean, these are tiny companies, these are very small people, and they're making these fantastic games. I mean, they actually have creativity. Art styles are amazing. Combat is amazing. They actually care about their product. They don't just release one every year and toss it out into the market. They take their time to create a beautiful game, beautiful world, and yeah, I honestly think they will be the next AAA games.
Yeah, speaking of that, I actually saw a video once of this indie developer, right? And in the game, I kid you not, you can parry a nuclear explosion and cut it in half.
You see that there?
Exactly.
That's what I want.
Creativity, something that I've not seen it ever in like a AAA game. And it's not just like, let's say in Devil May Cry, where you have Royal Guard, where you can just like block,
right.
But he literally cuts a nuke in half. Like it is. Like,
I mean, I do that on the weekends. I cut nukes in half on the weekends.
I
all the
do
time.
that.
You do that.
I did that.
You
I
don't.
did that once,
No, you
and I
don't.
lost my leg. This is a prosthetic, actually.
Oh, I can tell. Yeah. Yeah, static. Yeah.
Also, no, not pipe sound effect.
Oh, I see that.
Oh
Feel
yes.
better? Good.
Well, I want to thank you so much for doing this interview. It has been an utmost pleasure. And if you want a draft of the paper that I've written for this, of course, I will be happy to deliver it for you. And now say goodbye to the audience. It's audio only, just so you know. Goodbye, audience, if you can hear us. And yeah, that's it for the interview.
It's audio only?
You said audio only.
Then why am I dressed up?
I don't know. Did you?
Kidding me, right?